folks, welcome back. Today we're going to be tying really simple Caddis Dry Fly pattern. We're going to add some nice fancy antenna on it, as you can tell from the thumbnail, just to give it a nice little look there. But let's get started. So in the vise, I have a size 14 dry fly hook. For my thread, I'm just going to be using some black nano silk, and we're going to get started about there. This nano silk can be a little slippery, and we're going to work our way to the back. We're going to stop just sort of before the bend of the hook there, and we're going to start tying on some of the body, and for that I'm just using some plain black dry dub. This is from Superfine, and we're going to dub a pretty lengthy noodle here. And we are going to shoot for a nice healthy taper, more along the lines of that kind of cigar shaped body. And I'm going to add a bit more here. There we go. So you can see here that I actually left and I dubbed a little bit longer than what I want to, because I'm going to go back now with my thread just a little bit, because I'm going to be tying on the wing now, but I don't want the wing to be, shooting up at a 45-degree angle or more. I do kind of want it laying flat, so by tying on the wing on the dubbing noodle, it does lay a bit nicer, a little bit more flat. And for the wing, I'm just going to be using this hen feather, and you can again go nuts, go pick up any hen color. I like the darker colors, the natural shades, the browns, earth tones, etc. And once you have your feather prepped, you're simply going to tie in the stem the opposite way, and I like to do just about one or two just collecting wraps. And again, it's very loose. I didn't cinch down, because what that allows me to do now is with my left hand, or my opposite hand, I can now pull this and it's going to create a nice little wing. I do want it pretty large because I want that to really shine through. And once you're in there, really hold it and lock it in place, and then now do some really tight securing wraps and lock that down. We're going to nip off all this extra. And now we're going to cut out this little stem And be very, very careful with that part, because if you go too far, it's just going to open up completely. And now we're going to lock down all these tag ends just to help secure that hen feather a little bit more. Here we go. Now we're ready to tie on some hackle. For my hackle, I'm just using it's a dark dun rooster, and I like it because it's just got various colors and shades in it. Again, sticking with that dark and sort of earthy tone. So I'm just going to lock in that stem right about there. Cut out my excess tag end. Okay, and I'm going to stop my thread there. You do want to leave yourself some room, especially closer as you get closer to the eye of the hook. Now we're just going to do some wraps with our hackle. I'm going to lock that in place. What I'm doing here is just clearing out the area close to the eye of the hook there. You can do some little trimming and cleaning if you got some of these fibers sticking out. And then what I'm going to do is very carefully just work my way back a bit more. Now we're ready to tie on some of these antennae. For the antenna, I mean, you can kind of just pick any long feather type material. So I'm going to be using some bleached pheasant tail. And I picked it because I really like the markings on them. It kind of matches the original wing that I tied on here. But yeah, go nuts. Regular pheasant tail works. You could probably even use some ostrich. So I literally just plucked out two little strands. And then to tie these on, I'm just going to do one or two little collecting wraps. Again, no tension. And that's just to hold them in place while I get them in position. Now with these fibers, you notice they kind of stuck together. So this is part of probably the trickiest part of this fly, is just getting them separated and then getting them in position. So there, I got them a little separated. I'm gonna splay them out just a little bit. And now I can kind of pull back and shorten them up a bit. Just pick a length you like. We're going to curl them as well. So once you have them in there, we're going to do just some more tighter securing wraps. We're going to nip off this tag end. And now we're going to build a little head and whip finish. Now we want these things to curl nice. I find just using the edge of my scissors to do this, and what you want to do is just kind of pick your point where you want them to start to curl. So what I'll do is I'll just put some pressure, and then not too much, but gently just start to pull them. And the amount of curl you want is completely up to you. That's it. That looks good to me. Now we're ready for a dash of head cement. That'll just lock everything into place. There you have it, folks. This is an awesome caddis pattern. Super simple to tie. Give it a shot. Mix up the colors. Mix up the sizes. 12, 14, 16s even. 16s gets tough, so make sure you use that nano silk. But anyways, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you give it a try. Tune into the next video. Cheers. Thanks.